Here's a little presentation for assignment number 14. It's dealing with the grading and utility plan. On the other side of this sheet is the topographical survey. If you look quickly here, you will notice some utility lines are already called out. Here's a water utility line. Down here is a sanitary line, sanitary sewer, a storm drainage line or a drain line, and overhead electrical wires. Those same lines are represented here on the site grading and utility plan. Here's the water line. Here is a sanitary sewer line, the storm sewer drainage line, and the overhead wire, electrical lines. If I take a look at the water line here, I can follow that water line that's out in the street, follow it back. As I follow it back, I will see where it comes in, and it turns to go towards the building, and it turns again, goes into the building. And it goes into the building right here on two different sizes. You've got a 6-inch diameter size and a 2-inch diameter size. The 2-inch diameter size is your typical water supply into the building for plumbing fixtures, toilets, sinks, drinking fountains, so forth. The 6-inch diameter size is for fire suppression for sprinkler systems in the building. Notice there is a north arrow on the drawing to indicate north, east, west, and south. If I come back to the northeast corner of the property, I'm going to take a look at a call out of a yard drain that's right here. This yard drain is where storm water, rainwater, melting snow get into that drain. And if you follow it, it'll follow along a storm drain line. Here's a catch basin that leads in another catch basin or a manhole. I follow that line down along the west side of the building. It ties in from roof drain coming from the building. If I keep going, I can see that line following down. It comes from another roof drain here, another roof drain over here. And I follow that storm drain line, and it goes into a retention pond or retention basin. And there's also another drain line that comes in that retention basin if I follow it backwards along here. Well, notice that there's a little number right here that relates to this wall around this retention basin, this protective wall. I'll notice that I've got the letters TW, which means top of wall, that has an elevation of 650.9 feet, and BW, bottom of wall, which has an elevation of 649.0 feet. So from the top of the wall down to the bottom of the wall, you got a difference of, looks like 1.9 feet. Understand that every number that you see on this drawing, a number here, a number here, a number here, numbers out here, these are all numbers for elevation height above sea level. And those numbers are in a standard unit of decimal feet, both for this grading and utility plan as well as the topographical survey. Let's take attention to notes over here on the drawing. Here's a note that says all storm sewers shall be RCP CL-IV unless noted otherwise. I'll repeat that again in easier terms. All storm sewers shall be reinforced concrete pipe class 4 unless noted otherwise. All storm sewers, drain lines, storm drain. That's what we saw over here going into the retention pond. But let's take a note right here. I've got a little line right here coming into the retention pond, and it says it's a 8-inch diameter PVC, polyvinyl chloride. That's plastic pipe. Over here, I just see a distance of 109 feet of 24-inch pipe. Well, that's going to be your reinforced concrete pipe. So I got two different drain lines going into this retention pond, They're different materials. That's why note number 1 says all storm sewers shall be reinforced concrete pipe unless noted otherwise. Well, we are noted otherwise. Right here it's noted as it's polyvinyl chloride plastic pipe instead of reinforced concrete pipe elsewhere. That's why you have notes to help out interpret what you see on the drawing. Let's take a look at another situation. If I take a look around the perimeter of the property, you're going to see lines indicate a curb that goes around the property. And if I look at the curb at a point, well, let's say right here, if I zip a little closer to that, I can see I've got two numbers for this curb. I got a number of 651.79 and 651.29. The taller of the numbers is the top of the curb. The bottom of the two numbers is the bottom of the curb. So from 651.79 down to 651.29, that's a difference of 0.50 decimal feet. And 0.50 decimal feet is half of a foot, which is equal to 6 inches. That's the same thing with this number right here. 651.6 and 651.1. A difference of 0.5 decimal feet, which is equivalent to 6 inches. I'll also notice that there's a question in your book that pertains to a door that enters into the building. And I believe that door is on the east side of the building. And it's looking at a doorway right here. Let's go up here. There we go. This doorway right here in the building. You've got 2 points of elevation on this doorway. There's a little concrete pad that you walk onto, and then you go through a door to get into the building. This point here at 652.55, and this point on the concrete pad is 652.45. So you got a difference of height from the pad up into the door of 0.10 feet. Well, it says on the question in the assignment for the textbook, there's a door right here, door number 139B, as in butter. Well, I don't see anything there about a door or what door number it is. You will not see that on this grading and utility plan. What you will need to do is to go look at the first floor plan of this veterinary center. So if I look at the first floor plan of the veterinary center right here, this is sheet number A1.0. If I look at this first floor plan, I will see there's a doorway right here. And here's your concrete pad. Just like we saw on the utility plan. Right here, you can see you got number 139B, which stands for this door symbol. So this door right here is door number 139B. So if I get a little bit closer, there we go. Might be able to see it a little bit better. Here's 139B, that's this door, and here's the outline of this concrete pad. So they got a point of elevation for the door right here on the utility plan, and a point on the concrete pad on the utility plan. So going back, here we go. Whoops. Here's our points right here. Here's the point 652.55 where the door goes, and here's the point on the concrete pad at 652.45. So height elevation of 0.10 feet or 1/10 of a foot. All right, hopefully that might help you with assignment number 14 for the grading and utility plan. But I'll mention another item to look at that might help you as you look at this utility plan. If you look on the other side of the sheet for the topographical survey, and you open it up, you will see there's a symbol legend down here to indicate abbreviations and some actual drawing symbols that show up on the sheet. Let's take an example here. If I take a look at a fire hydrant, the fire hydrant has a symbol. It looks like a little circle with little horns that stick out on it. We'll see that symbol in the utility plan. Let's look at it real quick. Right here is a symbol of the fire hydrant, and that connects over to the water line that we saw coming in out from the street, because the water line from the street comes in, it feeds into this fire hydrant, and there's the W for water line, but then the water line also follows over down into the building where it comes in at a 6-inch diameter size, and it branches off, goes through a water meter, and comes in as a 2-inch size, as I had mentioned earlier. So this little symbol here for the fire hydrant, there's the circle with the 2 little horns sticking out on it, and W for the water line that attaches to it. Okay, hopefully this helps you with assignment number 14.